Alright, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakakadash, the balance unto the apostles and the elders of great mills, so that sure do well. Peace and blessings unto the Akim. Show the four corners of this world that continue to push this gospel in all sincerity and with all diligence. This is your brother Matt and I here from one of the great millstone camps in Trinidad. It is coming to do another lesson here, not too long, to edify the Lord's flock, to exhort the men of the Lord, to stay courageous and stay wise, and stay patient in this walk and not be deceived, into going back into the world, But as I said, I'm gonna just bring this precept here. It's Galatians 1. This is Galatians 1 and verse 6. It says, I marvel that you are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Yahweh Shai unto another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and pervert the gospel of Mashiach. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you, then that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. As we said before, so say I now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you, then that ye have received, let him be accursed. You have men that will pervert the gospel that we learn, pervert the truth, and bringing their own twist to the gospel, their own twist to the scriptures, So, as the scriptures say, remember where you learn this and continue in it. But this is First Esdras 4 and verse 22. Starting at verse 22, it says, by this also you must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? Yea, a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sail upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion and goeth in darkness. And when he had stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father and mother. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, and become servants for their sakes. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women. And I brought that precept because this is what this video is mainly about. And I'm gonna entitle this video "Remember." Not Lot, but remember Job's wife. How Job's wife asked him. I'm gonna go to it because I was already planning to go to it. I had to go to it to explain it. Job's wife basically told him to, forget serving about God because he lost everything he had. And that gonna be our position very soon. Very soon, we're gonna lose everything that we have in this world. When Esau roll out with his mark, with his new form of currency, his new form of making transactions, we're gonna have to forget everything that we have in this world, and basically live, outside of society, be an outcast in this world. And many of the same women that claim to love us, they're gonna say the same thing that Job's wife said. So prepare your mind, as the scriptures say, marvel not if she trespass against thee. Prepare your mind to hear the same thing, to endure the same thing that Job had to endure when he lost everything. It's Job 2 and verse 9. It says, Then said his wife unto him, Dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die. Yeah, curse the Most High and die. But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High, and shall we not receive evil? In all this did not Job sin with his lips. You know? So that time come and we have to give up house, car, job, the luxuries of this life. Waiting gonna happen. Then we had to give up the luxury of going in the grocery and buying food, going to restaurants, going to buying clothes, looking good. All these and that is just the minor things. The livelihood is what they're studying. The livelihood. And some of them got caught up in the test trial because the C-19 was a test run. How hard they have to press these people in order for them to fall. And they see, as soon as they talk about the jobs, taking away these people's livelihood, that is when they fall. So what do you think gonna happen when they roll out with the mark? The jobs same way. But this is what we are to expect as men of the Lord. That's why the Lord gave us dominion over the woman. And that is why scripture say all scripture is given, all scripture is given by, I'm not going to read it. Oh, it's not 1 Timothy. Scripture is 2 Timothy 3 and 16. It says, All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. And then it even said, I believe it's in Romans, that things that were aforetime were written for our learning. So, for example, what happened to Adam, main case, Adam, was recorded so that we would learn, that we wouldn't make the same mistake. What happened to Samson? What happened to King Solomon? What happened to David? What happened to who else? Lot, Job. These things were written so that we wouldn't make the same mistake. This is 1 Timothy 2 and verse 12. It says, But I suffer not a woman to teach, not to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. And that is how we're gonna always be. They're gonna be the ones to fall first. That is why the Most High gave the man the authority. If the Most High gave the woman the authority, we would have been doomed. Because they love luxury, they love comfort, they love ease of life. From the time he saw roll out with his mark, they're gonna be the first ones to accept it, and they're gonna try to push you to accept it. And you could say, well, my woman was with me in the truth for how much years, and she already know she supposed to take the mark of the beast and blah 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 blah. When that time reach, you're gonna realize that she was with you, but she probably she probably didn't even believe that it was gonna happen. She didn't even believe in the scriptures. She was just playing along, because that is how a lot of these women are. They just, just play along. They just act a role. Judas was playing along, so make you think he was playing along with the Lord. So make you think a woman can play along with you. Just act a role. You know, the scriptures say, "Suffer not a woman to teach, not to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence." And that is why we don't allow women to teach. You know, this is get this precept. Sirach 25, verse 23. It says, "A wicked woman abated the courage, maketh a heavy countenance, and a wounded heart." It means to abate courage, means to basically remove your courage, weaken your bravery, your courage, your mentality. Basically, make you lose your zest, make you lose your zeal to do something. That way the scripture say a wicked woman do it. A wicked woman abated the courage. So they have men, they'll be going strong, and then they have this wicked Eve alongside them, and they would lose motivation to do something. They would lose the courage. They would lose the mindset to pursue whatever they were gonna pursue. And in terms of being in the truth, they have men that would have had the intention to hold out, and then because they have this wicked woman and they refuse to cut off, she gonna make them start to doubt this thing. She gonna make them start to believe this thing real, boy. Because she was sent as a weapon against you by Satan. If you can't realize, when a woman is a weapon, she could be a fucking virgin. She could be the most. She could be the prettiest. She could not be pretty. She could be anyhow. All Satan had to do is make you believe that, yeah, this woman here this is the woman that I wanted, and that is it. Like, that's gonna be it for you. It says, "A wicked woman abated the courage, make it a heavy countenance." We see men sad, down, they looking like they're depressed, looking like the world on the shoulders. Who causing that? Ask them if they have a woman. It says, and a wounded heart, a woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, make it weak hands and feeble knees. And in that time of Jacob's trouble, gonna be a time of distress, because even though we know that the Lord gonna provide, our flesh still gonna play a part on our minds, and you're still gonna say, well, we're gonna get things to eat today, in your mind. But you're keeping the faith. But then your woman would come on and she would say, "Look, the Lord, you're serving the Lord, and whole day ain't say nothing fit to eat, and blah 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 blah. How you serving the Lord? And scripture say the Lord gonna take every servant, but look like you ain't gonna get nothing, and la 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 la." And that's the things that are gonna make men fool, gonna make you start to doubt. This woman making sense, But when Job's wife said that to him, she didn't make any sense to him, and that is where you remember. And what happened to Job after that? Job received how much fall after? It says, a woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, make it weak hands and feeble knees. So don't give these women that power over you. Forget these women. They come, they come. They go, they go. They leave it as that. They come, okay. They go, no problem. Pick up our next one. Let them have any emotional control over your well-being. The scriptures say, don't give, read that in Proverbs, to give your strength unto women. Proverbs 31, I believe this is 2. This is Proverbs 31:1. It says, the words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. What, my son, and what? The son of my womb, and what the son of my vows? Give not thy strength unto woman, nor thy ways to that which destroyed kings. Scripture says, teach not an evil lesson over thee. You don't tell your enemy your weakness. You understand? You don't tell your enemy, as I said before, take for example, Samson. Samson told her that if he cut off his locks, he would lose his strength. Guess what happened? He cut off his fucking locks. Because she thought, he thought that was his friend, that was his wife, that was his body. She wouldn't betray him. So basically, he gave his strength unto her. You understand? Scripture say, give not thy strength unto woman. Don't vent in front of women. You will listen to all these podcasts and things. These men make sense. You don't vent as soon as you vent in front of a woman, you look weak. You don't tell women your problems. You don't do these things. You have a lot of things that men be doing that you really don't do. Because as soon as you do, as soon as they find you out, they get fed up and move on. You don't speak your business, you don't speak your problems, you don't speak your issues, you don't speak what bothering you in front of these women, because they would use it against you. The Lord give us the power over them, so that we won't fall. Firstly, this knowledge, because in the first precept I read, the first Esdras, they had the question of who is the strongest, the woman, the wine, or the king. And the woman was the strongest until they spoke about the truth, which we have, which the Lord gave us through his Rakah Kodash. And then he even said unto us that, Luke 10 and verse 19. It says, behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Power of the enemy, and over all the power of the enemy, and power of the enemy sometimes is woman. He send women to deceive some men, he send money to deceive some men, he send a vehicle to deceive some men. Not really to deceive, but to make you lose focus. To make you lose sight of the goal or the prize at hand. But his main weapon is Eve. Eve have that soft spot, make men have that soft spot. Start a pillow talk. So they tell these women all the business, what they're doing, it will happen in camp and this and that and all the kind of fucking shit. It says, verse 20, notwithstanding in this rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your name are written in heaven. So beware of Satan and his many devices. Scripture says we are not ignorant of his devices. Eve is one of his devices. Eve is one of his tools, one of his weapons to get to the man. And once he get to the man, his goal is not to get to the woman. His goal is not to, deceive the woman. His goal is to deceive the head. As long as you wound the head, then the whole body gonna be sick. And the man is the head. So beware. Scripture says, let no man take thy crown. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Yahushai Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, the great ministers that surely rule well. Peace and blessings unto the Akim, truly four corners of the soul. Till next time, this is Matana from GMS Trinidad saying Shalom.